PROHITS carry out proteomics at high temperature for single cells. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Ana Cristina. I come from Portugal and I'm doing my work as DC number 8 at the PROHITS project in a company called NovoArc in Vienna, as well as pursuing my studies at the University of Vienna. As part of my academic background, I did my bachelor's and my master's in biotechnology at the University of Aveiro, and I then continued here in Vienna with a PhD in chemistry.
Could you introduce your project and explain your role within the PROHITS framework?
So my work in PROHITS is called optimization of cell factories, where I'm cultivating different archaea for their studies, for their proteomic studies. And as well, for my personal project, I'm interested in cultivating archaea that have potential to be different lipid cell factories. Regarding PROHITS, the cultivation of the organisms that I'm doing are mostly for helping other DCs to pursue their works, and as well to have a genetic metabolic model to be done as well within the frame of PROHITS.
How does your project connect with the work of other DCs?
Connections with other DCs, I would say that first of all, the cultivation of this specific archaea to make a genomic metabolic model I'm doing in very close collaboration with one of the other DCs also based in Vienna. And for that, we are always in contact, sharing different insights, and mine from more the biological perspective, and hers more from possible applications on how to use this model. And in this case, we are also talking about how to gather experimental data for her model. And apart from that, because I'm cultivating these organisms to be used for different proteomic studies, of course, not whenever there's any need for more biomass material. I'm also in close contact, and specifically because in one of my projects, I'm using another archaea for their potential for lipid and genetic engineered archaea for their potential for lipid productions, and one of the experiments done involved proteomics as well. So of course, whenever there's experiments that are interdisciplinary within our group, we would always be in close collaboration. And yeah, and as well, we have another colleague that is working with cultivating different organisms, and as we are both more the biological experts in this regard, we are also in very close collaboration.
What secondments or trainings do you have planned, and what are your expectations from them?
So my PhD secondment happened already quite early in my timeline, and I went to Brussels to be with my colleague that is producing and cultivating different kinds of archaea for the project, not only archaea. And where I went there to learn different cultivation techniques and genetic engineering tools for different archaea that we have in our project. And so my expectations I cannot tell in the future, but I said that I think that it was a very nice opportunity. Got to be in touch with already different experts in different kinds of archaea and learn directly from the source. And overall, it was a very pleasant experience to have. And yeah.
What motivated you to join this project, and what are you most looking forward to during and after your PhD?
So what I would say that motivated me to join this project was that I always heard that PhDs are solo journeys where everyone is so much focused on their own thematic. Of course, you collaborate with your lab colleagues, but no one is going to be working in the same specific topic as you. And although this still applies for the PROHITS project, everyone has their own projects, we can say that in the end we are all working towards a goal, which in this case is to uncover the proteome of different prokaryotes, and therefore we are more or less all in the same sphere, contributing to the same cause, which makes from the beginning a more collaborative environment, and despite we have to collaborate on the same end goal but from different fronts, since as I mentioned, we have some people that are more biological focus, some are more experienced in instrumentation with proteomics, some are more towards working more in silico, meaning already with the computers. So that creates a very nice environment to have a well-rounded discussion, well-rounded results, and hopefully a very nice end goal with results. I would say as well that because we are working with archaea and it's still a very underdeveloped field when comparing to bacteria and yeasts, it's very nice to already be in a group that is already working with it and we can have direct contact with these experts.
How do you plan to ensure that your project achieves its expected outcomes?
So I think for any kind of network, being doctoral or already in at the job, communication is key. And since we are working towards the same goal and getting results, data, biomass from other people, it's very important to have a clear communication between everyone and to be able to express doubts, results, hypotheses. And from my end, I would like to always be available to provide feedback, to also receive feedback, and to work in close collaboration with my colleagues in DC, especially because we are stationed across different countries. So for this case, again, communication is very important. Also, it's very important to be up for new opportunities, since we can start with an initial idea, but because research is research, it's always evolving, and sometimes things don't work as they should, or there's unexpected outcomes. So I think it's always important to have an open mind and to have to be open to trying new possibilities. And since we are in the doctoral network, that could be nicely done to achieve these kinds of goals.